Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Ashlyn. I'm going to be creating these videos because I want to document my weight loss surgery and my journey, and that is for two reasons. One, other people's videos helped me out a lot in my research for the surgery, and two, I'm hoping that I can use this video and future videos as tools to look back and I can see the progress that I've made, and I can use it to help me when I'm feeling discouraged or like I'm not doing enough or like I can't see the weight loss in myself. So I'll start with my history with being overweight. I've always been overweight since I was 8 or 9, and I just always had issues with portions and making good choices when it came to what foods to eat and how much of it. I love healthy food. I would just always eat too much of it. My mother is extremely active, and she was always playing with us and encouraging us to be active ourselves, and I always had very good meals at home. I didn't eat a lot of junk food. We didn't go out to eat a lot. I just was not very good at making decisions when it came to eating. I remember being a kid, I would often come home from school, and instead of eating one granola bar for a snack, I would oftentimes eat 3 or 4 and call it good. I also had secret stashes of food, sometimes food I didn't even like, just because I felt like I needed to have that stockpile. And I'll never forget the day, I think I was 10, we had just gone home from a church barbecue, and I remember specifically this day because I ate 2 hot dogs instead of 1, and I had been deciding, do I want 1 or do I want 2? And when I went home that day, I'll never forget the boom ball in my head. I got on the scale, and I was 100 pounds. I had officially reached 100 pounds at 10 years old. And at that moment, I realized I would never be skinny again. And that just kind of started my being overweight. I've been consistently overweight my entire life. Even as a teenager, when I was super active, I was in marching band, I was in color guard, I've been in swim team my whole life. I did cheerleading. I was involved in so many extracurriculars and so many activities. And no matter what I did, no matter what diets I tried, I was always overweight. And whether you want to admit it or not, even if you feel beautiful, which I do, you care about what other people think about you. And I was so tired of people assuming that I was a slob or assuming that I was lazy just because I was overweight. Because neither are true. So I went to college in 2013. And I went to Missouri State University, and I moved away from my family and my friends because I grew up in Illinois. And I did great. I didn't really gain that freshman 20 until my spring semester of freshman year. I got a huge DVT in my leg, which is a deep vein thrombosis or a blood clot, for those of you that don't know. Later on, I was diagnosed with factor V Leiden, which is a genetic blood mutation that makes my blood clot easier than others. And unfortunately, it doesn't really affect people that badly, but for me it did. And since then, I've had several other blood clots, and I'll be taking blood thinners for the rest of my life, which is fine. But after that blood clot, I was sedentary for about 3 to 4 months, and I gained probably close to 100 pounds. So I'd always been overweight, but then that happened, and I was even more overweight. And once I gained that weight, I developed arthritis and spinal stenosis and a slipped disc in my lumbar, and all these other problems came about. And at that point, I couldn't even exercise. I couldn't even walk more than 2 blocks without not being able to breathe, without having to sit down and take a break, which was embarrassing because I'm 21 years old right now, and my highest recorded weight is 295 pounds. Right now, I'm 290 pounds. I've lost a couple of pounds, but not very much in the scheme of things. I started researching weight loss surgery in the very beginning of November 2016. It is now February 10th of 2017, and I have just received my surgery date, which is going to be February 16th of 2017. So it's next Thursday. I had to pass a lot of clearances. I had to have a psychological evaluation. I had to be evaluated for my heart. I had to have an EKG. I had to go to a hematologist. And I had to, excuse me, I had to get everything sorted away with insurance, which I was using a combination of United Healthcare and Medicaid, which with that combination, my entire surgery is paid for. Excuse me. I just got something in my throat. I'm going through the Blue Valley Surgical Associates based out of Kansas City, Missouri. My surgeon is going to be Lauren Strahota. I've got a little bit of paperwork here that I've been looking over, and I just want to stress that there's a lot that goes into this surgery. You need to do a lot of research. I've done a lot of research. It's not the easy way out. At this point in my life, the only reason I considered this surgery was because with my blood clotting condition, my doctor told me that if I didn't lose a drastic amount of weight quickly and keep it off, that I wasn't probably going to live more than another 10 years or so. And that hit home with me. I just had a baby, and I have a family, and I have people that I need to be around for. And I'm going to use this tool, this surgery, to make sure that I am around for them. I'll be posting future videos on different subjects, but this is basically just my introductory video. I'll get more in depth. If you have any questions, feel free to comment and leave me a question, and I'll make a video for that. But we'll see what happens in the future. Thanks for watching.